Who would like to have a cut the crap committee at work? Here's the thing, simplicity is free. For the most part, it's free. And that's what's really cool about it, right? It doesn't cost you anything to ask people for their work hacks. It doesn't cost you anything necessarily to get rid of things. It costs more to add. Often it helps you to subtract. Cut the crap committees is when they designate each month within their team 2 people that are kind of the crap killers, if you will, and their job for the next 30 days is to observe their team in the wild, right? Like social anthropologists, and see how they work. And realize all the crap that we do that we don't even realize we do. And they report back. In fact, they're mandated to report back and say, here are all the things that we think are complete time sucks. And what's cool about that is it sends a signal, simplicity is important. I expect you to challenge work, and don't be afraid. I am asking you to tell me what's wrong. And that sends a powerful message because it takes away not just the friction, because that's where most leaders go, it takes away the fear. Maybe you don't want to do that at your job. Maybe you don't want to have a cut the crap committee. Maybe you want to lean in, and you're going to be more like, I'm giving you regulated examples because I know that's the first pushback I get. We're regulated, we can't simplify. You can. Novartis, Pfizer, Van City Credit Union, they have simplicity initiatives. They reward and bonus people based on what they get rid of and stop doing. They have chief simplicity officers, and they have teams trained in agile, simplicity champions, whose job it is to kill unnecessary waste. How big do you want to go? Let me give you an example of Van City Credit Union. Van City Credit Union is a very cool credit union in Vancouver, Canada. And they are the most unlikely group of people to simplify. They are regulated as a credit union. They are small. They cannot compete with investment banks or just larger corporate banks like Chase, or if you want to talk about some of the others, HSBC, et cetera. And they were losing customers, or members, if you will, because they weren't moving fast enough. Right? Their customer service rankings were in the toilet, and the people's ability to get things done was terrible. Yet they were nice. You know, nobody doubted that. But the problem is that to compete, they have to move faster. And so I was at this banking conference, and I met this woman named Jayanne. And I couldn't figure out why there was this nice little credit union booth among, like, you know, HSBC and JP Morgan and Citi, et cetera. I mean, they just looked completely out of place. And I said, well, what's your role? And she said, I'm the Chief Simplicity Officer. And this was years ago. And I said, I didn't know that was a thing. And she said, no, I'm the Chief Simplicity Officer. And I said, how did you get the job? And she said, I just decided I was the Chief Simplicity Officer, and I named myself. I guess you can do that at a smaller organization. And I said, well, what do you do? I mean, I think I know what you do, but she said, we were drowning in just the inability to move forward. We were the nice bank that couldn't get anything done, basically. And she said, I decided to mobilize people and have them tell me what are all the things that aren't working. And we were going to start small to go big. And so what she did is she said anybody could come to her team that was trained in Agile. They created a half-day sprint. And they said, you can bring any policy, P&Ps, policies and procedures or forms, and we will help you hack it. All we ask, because we'll pay for it, right, with our time, is that you kill something. You get rid of something once you go through the process. They did 18 hacks in 6 months. Here were the results. This is free. All it cost them was their time. They simplified or eliminated over 300 policies. They got rid of 100 forms that interacted with customers, and they took almost 200 steps out of processes when they interacted with their members. At the end of the year, they had their highest employee satisfaction ratings, and they had their highest customer satisfaction ratings. And what was interesting about it, when you asked Jayanne, she said, what I didn't expect was, I thought this was an efficiency exercise. And it was. They saved a ton of time and money and headaches. But she said the headaches were the most important. We've never retained employees like this. We spend all our time on, giving benefits to people, organic food in the cafeteria, bring your dog to work, whatever it was. She said none of these benefits matter if people can't really use them. Or if when they go home at night and their spouse or partner, whoever asks them, what did you spend your day doing? She said they would say meetings and emails. The benefits don't matter if the work sucks. If you get the work right, you get the culture right. You save money, but you save people too. It's a mental health imperative.